I work for the Trump campaign, not the Harris campaign. But if I did work for the Harris campaign, I would be exceptionally nervous right now. Over the last week, I have been inundated with messages from individuals who support President Trump asking the question, can Trump beat Harris? In fact, many conservatives and Trump supporters across this country are in a complete panic. Largely, the reason why is because everywhere you turn, you are seeing Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is all over mainstream media. She has inundated social media, and of course, every single conversation that is had around politics or social issues, Kamala Harris has been placed front and center. Now, in my job, I am a numbers person, and I strictly look at numbers, such as polling numbers, as well as engagement numbers when it comes to social media. Before we get to that, let's talk about why Kamala Harris is in your face every single day. You cannot get away from her. That's important to make note that social media, mainstream media, Hollywood elites, they are trying to sell you on something that they are begging you to buy. Now, we can argue that making a push such as they have over the last week to sell you on something is suspicious in and of itself, because they know that without them pushing her, she has absolutely no chance whatsoever. Now let's talk just some numbers here that do not lie. Harris's target voter are the Gen Z voters and the millennials. Where we stand today, TikTok consists of roughly an estimated 60% of users are Gen Z, with an additional 20% estimated to be millennials, and of that total group, 53.4% to be females. Basically, TikTok is Kamala Harris's entire voter base. Now let's look at the numbers. Obviously, President Trump has way more followers than Kamala Harris does, and that could be contributed to a number of factors, arguably the fact that he has been on TikTok just a few months longer than Kamala Harris has. President Trump gained 9.2 million likes on his video of him announcing his presence on TikTok. And Kamala Harris running in at 3.6 million likes on her announcement video. Despite all of mainstream media, every single major elite Hollywood celebrity, and social media going wild over her, she didn't even come half to where President Trump came. Overall, President Trump has an engagement of 23.8 million likes on his content, while Kamala Harris is still setting below 7.2 million likes. Now we turn to polling. So the Wall Street Journal yesterday tried their antics of pretending that Kamala Harris has wiped out President Trump's lead in the polls. However, if you would have read beyond the headline, you would have seen where the headline contradicts the story as well as the results of the poll. President Trump still leads by an estimated 2 to 3 points over Kamala Harris. And nobody would ever believe that, because over the last week, everything we have seen has been Kamala Harris. You look at her post, you look at her engagement, you look at her media events, you look at her being invited and showcased at all of these celebrity events, yet she still cannot even reach the polling numbers that President Trump has had. It's absolutely hideous and laughable at the fact that her campaign continues to push the narrative that it's all hope is gone. President Trump will never be the president of the United States again. Kamala Harris is front and center. It's going to be a landslide win. Now, I know Democrats don't like to talk about numbers because when they do, it makes them look very bad. But when you do look at the numbers, it is very clear that President Trump still carries a tremendous lead over Harris when it comes to general polling, as well as when it comes to social media, Gen Z, and millennials. And so to all of President Trump supporters out there, please note, just because Kamala Harris is being shoved in your face and down your throat, not literally, every single day, President Trump still carries a tremendous lead over her, despite the many millions of dollars that have been poured into her campaign in the last week. We still lead by leaps and bounds. So to all of the Trump supporters out there, the patriots, and any American who loves this country, please note that this win is not going to happen easy. Just because we still carry a tremendous advantage, it's going to be a very tight race. It's going to take every single one of us to show up at the polls on November 5th. So between now and November 5th, it is very important to remember that Kamala Harris is going to be shoved in your face every single day. the media is going to tell you that she is winning by leaps and bounds. Social media is going to be infiltrated with her supporters, and with her, the algorithm is going to be flowing in her favor every single day. But don't be discouraged. As a reminder, in 2020, Joe Biden had a 7-point lead over President Trump according to the polls in July of 2020. Much love, God bless, stay focused, let's win this.
So yeah, this is a continuation of a video that I made just a couple of days ago talking about Rasmussen. And I wanted to continue it because, like you said, we are being bombarded left, right, and center with Kamala. And I just want to encourage all of you, do not be discouraged. That is the point. That is what they are trying to do. They're trying to discourage you so that you give up, so that you bow out and say, oh crap, yeah, we lost again. That's what they want. They're trying to demoralize you to the point where you just throw your hands up and say, you know what? I give up. We can't win. That's what they want to do. Don't let them do it. So I encourage all of you to, one, be encouraged, not discouraged, but also share this video with all of your Republican friends and family so they can see it as well. Because like I said, that's what I think their plan is right now, to demoralize Republicans so that we don't show up. He made a lot of great points in that video clip. The so-called money that's being thrown behind Kamala, they're obviously throwing it out and into everything right now. That's why we're seeing her constantly. Even when I'm watching videos on YouTube, I'm constantly getting hit with Kamala ads, which is just crazy to me. Like, you know, the donate to Kamala, like as if I'm ever going to donate to Kamala. Absolutely ridiculous. But there's also a few other things that I want to touch on to kind of prove that point, just for craps and giggles, right? I always try to prove exactly what it is that I'm saying or why I'm saying it. Y'all know I come with receipts. And here is one. If you are actually up in the polls by as much as you claim, and some of these polls claim, and that Trump really had no shot at winning, then why would you be posting stuff like this?
So Harry Sisson put up this tweet saying, hope, dedication, patriotism. That's the Kamala Harris campaign. And then this picture that's supposed to be a Kamala rally, I guess, of her riding in a plane. The only issue is this picture is AI. This is not real. And you can really see it with the phones. Like they're all recording something different. None of it's the same. And here's just another close-up of just all the phones doing their own thing. Also, this person's thumb is oddly shaped. So yeah, Harry, if you're gonna brag about the Kamala campaign, maybe use a real picture.
So yeah, there's one. I also want to show this image here of Kamala getting off the plane. And I want to show you. Now, let me zoom out on it, or zoom in, excuse me, just a little bit on this, because I really want you guys to see this. Okay. Actually, let me put it there. Now, look right here on your screen. What do you see? What do you see in that reflection? Do you see this crowd that's supposedly there in that reflection? There's no crowd. Zero crowd. This whole thing is fake. Look here. Do you see this entire crowd in this reflection? Because if this was a real image, you would see the crowd in this reflection. Literally, there's nobody there. So, once again, if you were winning by leaps and bounds, as these polls claim, you would not have to fake that. I've posted videos of Trump rallies where there's massive crowds. There's extensive lines. Even after it pouring rain, and AOC was like, thank goodness, you know, it poured rain. Like, she was happy that it poured rain and Trump couldn't have his rally, but he ended up having it anyway in the Bronx, and there was a massive crowd there. And no AI. Nobody accused Trump of having AI. Why? Because they couldn't. So yeah, that's another reason. But let's move on to another thing. Here is a Kamala rally. And watch what happens. This video is a little bit long here, so bear with me. But watch what's happening at this Kamala rally just minutes after the rally started. People are leaving. And you can hear Kamala still talking in the background, so she's still campaigning. And people are leaving. Oh, man. Now, I obviously can't confirm at what point in the rally this was. I'm being told that this was at the very beginning. But either way, the rally is still being held. She's still up there talking, right? You heard her in the background, okay? And people are literally leaving.
So as you see, it doesn't seem like many people are very interested in actually sticking around for Kamala Harris's speech, which is odd to me. But this is literally, a minute and a half, 2 minutes worth of people literally just walking out, and it's just a never-ending stream. I mean, if I were to record this and continue recording this, it would be a solid 10 minutes of people just leaving in droves. So that's interesting to me. I've never seen a rally where people leave this early.
So, if you are really that popular, would people be walking out? I just find that quite interesting. But also, another point, I'm going to get you guys out of here. If you are really that popular, why haven't you done any interviews? The media is literally on your side. You can pick and choose where you go. You don't have to go to Fox. Even though Fox is a little left, okay? They got some nice characters over there, okay? Jesse Waters is cool peoples, right? I like Greg Gutfeld. A couple others as well. But you can pick and choose where you want to go. You can literally go to MSDNC and get the most softball interview ever known to man and get away with it. But you haven't. Kind of interesting, huh? But you're really, really popular, huh? Really, really popular. And for my last point, I'm just going to bring up the Rasmussen poll, the poll that I personally trust. And there you go. Okay. Does Trump have a massive lead at this point in time? No, but he definitely has a lead. So when they tell you that Trump isn't winning, it has no shot at winning, it's a lie. They're just trying to demoralize you and get you to just tap out. Don't let them do it. Do not let them do it. Okay? When you talk about, Trump almost being assassinated on live television. Now, obviously, that was during Biden, but still, people are speculating that his emergency landing in Montana, I believe that was, due to some issues with his airplane, that could have been something. I don't know for a fact. I just want to, I'm always open and honest. I don't know for a fact what actually happened or why it happened, but I've seen people speculate that there was some shenanigans pulled to try to have that plane fall out of the sky. Okay? So for me, if you are winning, you wouldn't have to do that. You would just laugh at Trump and watch his ship sink. Right? At least I would. If I'm in the lead, and I see you floundering like a fish, bro, I'm just gonna laugh at you while you just flounder and sink. See ya. I wouldn't have to pull off these shenanigans. I wouldn't have to fake the crowds. I wouldn't have to allegedly pay people to come, and then you see people walking out at the very beginning of the rally because they've lived up to their obligations, what you paid them to do. Nor would I have to pay social media influencers to say nice things about me. Now, granted, I have to clarify, just for clarification purposes, Kamala's campaign isn't directly paying influencers, but there's organizations that are paying influencers to say nice things about Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. And I showed you guys those clips as well. Matter of fact, I think I put a couple of those in some YouTube shorts. So if you haven't watched my YouTube shorts, definitely check those out. So yeah, you wouldn't have to do all this type of stuff. And then even on a platform that's friendly to you, like TikTok, I feel like TikTok is very against conservatives and Republicans, especially now. When you're trailing Trump by a massive gap on a platform that is friendly to you, I think that says a lot to me personally, right? Now, just that individually, that doesn't mean that Trump's winning, obviously, but that in combination with all of the things that I laid out here, as well in my past video, that definitely paints a different picture. All right. And, you know, I could go on and on. You could talk about the media all using the same lines when they all started trying to call Trump weird because Kamala Harris's campaign started doing that. JD Vance weird when they all just started repeating the same line, all trying to help out and boost up Kamala, right? They didn't even call Kamala out for not doing any interviews until very, very recently. Nobody said anything. Okay, so you lay all that out and it paints a completely different picture. So I just want to leave that with you guys. Don't be discouraged, be encouraged, and be more aggressive on, you know, making sure that Trump wins. All right, because like he said, it's not going to be easy. Trust me when I tell you, it will not be easy. As a matter of fact, let's pull up. I just want to do this real quick, and I'm going to get you guys out of here, I promise. I just want to pull up this electoral map and what I believe it's going to end up looking like. Okay, so here, let me do this. There. Okay, so this is what I believe is going to happen come Election Day. 297 or 241. I think Pennsylvania is going to go Republican, barely, and Wisconsin as well. Arizona, Nevada, same thing. North Carolina, Georgia, same deal. Okay. Now, best case scenario for Trump, I think you have, I'm tripping. You have Michigan go red and a wild card. I think you could possibly have Virginia go red. That's best case scenario. What I think is likely to happen would be this, that, yeah, like that. Worst case scenario, obviously, would be that. No, it'd be that. And then one of these probably, you know, goes blue barely. So I think that's probably worst case scenario. Well, I gotta say that's the worst case scenario. That's worst case, in my humble opinion. I don't think that's likely to happen, but I think that's worst case. And you guys can let me know in the comment section if you agree, why or why not. Share this video with all of your Republican friends and family. They need to see this so they are not discouraged. Be encouraged, all right? The fact that they are trying all of this stuff should encourage you, because if they were truly winning, they wouldn't have to pull all of these shenanigans, all right? Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.